Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah. Okay.
Anyways. There's a mic in my... No, sorry.
Is it... You can adjust that to your liking.
Can I?
Very
oh my
much
God.
so,
Well,
yes.
I didn't want to be like, hey...
All up on the fucking mic.
Just... Hey guys, what's up?
Is my mic picking up?
Is my mic picking up?
This is confirmation.
Are we rolling?
Yeah, that's... Can you feel it now, Mr. Krabs?
Mr. Krabs,
Oh,
Jesus. Did we ever finish Tomba?
What?
Did we ever finish Tomba?
No, we didn't. It's
No.
legit been over a year since our last recording session for that.
Oh my god.
Well, you guys gotta get on with it.
That is literally the second time that thing is full. And I haven't done it. Oh, yo quiero Taco Bell.
That does not look sturdy.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not professional, like, fucking...
Professional.
Weapon holders, so I mean...
Well,
tried my best, don't make fun of
I
me.
never claimed to be perfect. Somebody tell a story.
There once... Wait.
I'm sick.
You're sick.
Story.
Are you actually sick?
I'm like seriously cold. I was been cold all day. Then I've been hot. Then
Although we did turn the heat
When
down.
I dipped in, he said he's been sleeping all day. So.
and
Oh.
so my body's just exhausted.
Well, we're talking about retail today.
Yeah, I
have the
figured
perfect-
today
I have
retail's
the
a topic.
perfect story for this, then.
Okay. Well, before we do that, welcome everybody to the podcast.
Yeah, welcome to the Mythical Knights podcast. Is that what this is officially called?
The Knights of the Shitty Table.
Knights of the
Knights of
Shitty
the-
Table.
KST
That's
for
an
short.
idea that
Oh.
I came up with like long ago.
Yeah, we came up with this idea
'Cause
before the channel, really, and
I-
now it's a podcast.
Well-
Yeah, I know.
The funny thing is, like, I wanted to start a YouTube with Thomas, and I wanted a really cool name. And at the time, he was listening to a lot of.
Closer to the
Oh, sorry. He was watching a lot of like Good Mythical Morning and shit like that.
My God, I was on a bender with that.
Yeah,
whole
you
thing
were.
so much.
So I'm like, well,
Oh yeah.
and
yeah.
I've always liked knights and like mythical stuff, so came up with the idea of mythical knights, and he's like, well, we could go with that and stuff.
Mhm.
And then me and him had a bullshit idea of like, oh yeah, if we do like some like table game or something, it'll be the Knights of the Shitty Table because we're just retarded and yeah.
And
Hey,
we
I thought it
drink
was a
lot.
good name.
And yeah, we drink a lot and we get
drink a lot.
shit faced. So,
we do a lot of stupid things when we're drunk.
so that's
Although-
how the
You know,
Knights
I
of the
mean-
Shitty Table came about.
Although Knights of the Shitty Table also kind of sounds like a D&D podcast name if
Kind
you
of.
think about it.
Should I take it for my podcast?
no, it's already trademark copyrighted on the podcast.
I came up with the idea, bitch.
It's like within the same network or whatever. It's like, no, you can't take that name. I already have it. My God.
Although the shitty knights thing, the shitty table,
Yeah.
it is as if like you're at the round table talking, so it does make sense for a podcast.
Yes.
Yes, so that's why we.
Yeah. Well, on the shitty couch was, I took inspiration from a bunch of like other YouTubers and stuff that was using like just old couches that they were just sitting on and shooting the shit, and even playing games and whatever. And I was like, a couch, huh? It's usually a shitty couch that people are doing this stuff on.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
then
like,
that's how he came up
Knights
with
of the
shitty couch.
and then Knights of the Shitty Table was, I think, after that.
Yeah.
No, it was before actually.
I remember you guys talking about it
Yeah.
like back in 2016 before you even started this channel. So
Yeah, because I remember like back in at the apartment we even introduced the Knights of the Shitty Couch with Cody and Travis. And
oh god, I haven't talked to those guys in so long.
I know,
it's been a long
and we
time.
did like, will you press the
They're on
button
my
and
Facebook.
then
What?
They're on my Facebook.
That's about it, too.
Right. I mean,
It's like, oh, what are you guys doing nowadays? I
It's
don't know,
people in
Facebook, I
general.
guess.
They're just on my
Posting memes.
Facebook.
Yeah.
you know.
Speaking of other voices and other people, and Kyle is here to join us for this.
Oh
podcast.
yeah,
Very
the
first
introduction. This is
Wow.
my first time on the podcast,
Right.
but I've been on the channel in general.
Yes.
oh gosh, yes,
Yes.
he's been here for quite some time on the channel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. bunch of tournaments. I think every tournament.
I've been to every tournament so far.
Well, you and Tim
I have
are...
perfect attendance.
Between you and Tim, you guys have perfect attendance.
Same with
wow,
me.
I wish
No, I think
that was
Tim
the
missed the
same
last
for work.
tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Work. Jeez.
And sometimes when Tim was there, he would be shitting on the clock.
On the
so-
couch.
Yeah, it was shitting on the clock. Shitting on the clock. Yeah, no, that's kind of an understatement.
An hour and a half later, where the hell is Tim? Going to the bathroom. Tim, I need the keys. He just like tosses it under the damn stall. Like, you fucking asshole.
You're right.
You bring set C into the bathroom. We always need set C.
Hey, who doesn't shit on company time though? We get paid enough.
This is true.
I try not to because
Very true.
me and Thomas are so far behind, so I just like, I suffer.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Yeah, I'd say that Kyle's probably one of our top gamers, if not.
Oh yeah,
pretty
no,
close.
he's kind of the ringer. Of
Yeah,
Yeah,
MLG
he's-
pro gamer.
Right. He's like one of the ringers.
Doritos
like,
and Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
right.
Between you,
Between me and Brian, usually at every tournament.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
there's others that like people that try to like cheat their way to the top, and
Oh, wow.
we shut them out, and like either me or Kyle take them out at like in the finals or something. It's just so
Yeah.
fun.
Right. So, what's your favorite game we've played on the channel so far?
Oh, that's a
I'm gonna
good
guess
question.
Smash.
Yeah, because I'm Smash trash. So
Yeah, you are.
Smash trash.
Smash tastic.
I mean, Smash comes out this Friday as of the time this recording.
Oh yeah.
Fucking date the damn shit.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Wait, Smash? What?
for the Switch.
Oh, for the Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I was confused. Sorry. I'm a little behind on my video game knowledge on what's
We got
coming
smashed
out.
last night.
Oh yeah.
My
Deidre was telling me
Yeah.
about that. Sounds
My
like fun.
God, yeah.
I woke up
That's
drunk.
Yeah.
It's hard, but I actually woke up drunk this morning.
I was actually okay because I threw up most of mine last night.
Yeah, you were the
So-
smart one and threw it all up, even though that's kind of an involuntary thing.
Which was
And
weird.
in your
She voluntarily drank everything.
Just to throw it up. You know, that's
Actually-
not a bad idea.
Actually, no, that was my friend. She She basically drank every drink I put in front of her, and she slammed it. She had the worst hangover this morning.
Yeah, she
She did her 21st birthday, right?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. She kept apologizing too. She's like, "I'm sorry. I hope I wasn't obnoxious or whatever." It's like, no, you are far from the worst person we've ever had in this house.
Right.
Oh, I wonder who the worst person you guys have had is.
Oh,
you don't have to reveal it.
Yeah,
if it's
we
too
don't have to
personal,
reveal, but we all know.
Yeah,
Yeah, we all know.
yeah. We won't go there.
Well,
Well, the pair.
The
Yeah.
pair.
yeah, but anyways.
It's a literal fucking pear fruit. You let it in one night.
He came from the house of the annoying orange.
Oh, that's what's really dating us right now.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
I mean, we kept saying that we're old, but goddamn, talking orange shit.
I was in high school and that was big.
I know, right? Me too.
I was out of high school.
I still think that shit's funny, but maybe I'm the only one.
I think it's annoying.
It was exactly as
That's why they
advertised.
call it the.
I know, but
It did its
not,
job.
It's not funny. It's not that funny to me. It's more.
It's
annoying.
legit annoying.
Yeah.
Like I could watch like a minute of that, and I'd be like, no, done. Like
I think what I liked about it is because it was annoying. It
it filled your ADHD.
Yeah, it did actually.
It has a certain formula to it. It's like, oh, when's the knife gonna come?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh fuck. All right.
Yeah, I feel like we're jumping from topic to topic. What are we
this is-
focusing on?
This is how this works.
Back to retail story from DJ.
Yeah.
Retail. Something about shitting on the clock.
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
we were talking about that.
Well, I mean, I shit on the clock all the time at work when
Yeah.
I have the chance to. But,
I do. I shouldn't. Sometimes.
You know.
Bring the clock into the toilet. And shit on it.
It just.
Lay it nicely, gently in the toilet.
So,
And get paid for it.
so should I read some stuff from?
I guess so. It doesn't really
Just
matter.
to
I mean, we can
kinda-
go around and we can. I
Well,
mean,
should we do it just kind of as inspiration, or just someone to have fun in mind?
I feel like we should save inspiration for the end.
Yeah. That's actually perfect.
Oh, I've got a story.
All right, well, let's start with Brian then.
Well, since we already dated with the whole Smash reveal, like, that's coming out this Friday.
I never got the whole stupid dating.
Well, I know dating like
shit.
a video is a thing. Like, you don't. Nah.
Well, because then your viewers feel a little bit more connected to you. You feel like more of like a real person.
It hasn't been archived or something. I don't
Right.
know.
It's been archived, and you can imagine when they recorded it.
But like Black Friday was just a week ago.
Oh God, yeah.
Wasn't it a couple weeks ago now?
No, it was a week ago.
It was a week ago.
It was a week
Holy
ago.
Fuck.
And
I know, my calendar right now is just fucked.
Yeah.
being out of retail, it was so nice not having to work on there. But the horror stories for Black Friday, being a department manager, I've seen some people
God, I
like,
can only imagine.
Yeah, it's really.
I've been standing here all day and I only get one item. I'm like, well, why don't you just celebrate all day with your family and then come in?
Right.
When it's actually Friday, because then, I mean, I don't know.
I have a Black Friday story after Brian's done.
They tried to organize all of that
We
stuff.
tried to.
You just can't. You literally cannot organize it. There's no possible way.
Me and Thomas tried many years to organize it, and every year something would go down.
Yep.
Like the second register.
Yep. Well, I told him.
Shit.
I straight up told him. I was like, "Hey, that register is gonna fail." Period. And they're like, "Well, as long as you use it." This is like well before Black Friday is. As long as you keep using it, we can try to figure out what's going on with it, if it's broken or not,
Really?
actually, or whatever. But the thing is that we didn't use it really enough to really figure that whole thing out.
Wow.
And then when you get a line of like 20, 30 people at the
Yeah.
register,
And
2
then-
transactions in, it's done.
And they're like, I want my shit and go, because most people.
Yeah, nobody wants
'Cause-
to stand around for that crap.
You know, I don't really understand it, to be honest, because
yeah.
it's like, why would you want to go in a store with hundreds and hundreds of people? Yeah, you're getting good deals, but just the whole craziness of people, like, that's.
And I guess
It must be a people phobe or something.
like
I
on
don't
this
know.
Black Friday, I guess at malls down in the south, there were
They're just
quite
fighting.
people injured. Even
Yeah.
a child was injured because people are crazy and they want a TV or they want something at a good deal.
Did
Yeah.
that just happen this year? Or-
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It was on. We were listening to 93X on Monday afterwards, and they were talking about it. I'm like, people are freaking insane.
Yeah.
Like, when I have kids, I'm not bringing them out on Black Friday. People are crazy.
Yeah.
Well, right, well, and sometimes those deals are really not that good anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of really died down over the years.
Right, because I'm not quite sure how that whole corporate thing works, but I know Black Friday was called Black Friday because that's when your profits were in the black or something, so you could afford to, discount stuff. Now it's just whether you can or you can't, Some people are doing even it way before, Like, I know Fleet Farm was doing it in, like, freaking October
Well,
or
how
something.
Black Friday actually came to be was, it was the day after Thanksgiving, so people are like, oh crap, it's literally a month until Christmas. Let's go shopping.
I'm actually reading the
Right.
origin of Black Friday.
Yeah.
Early 17th century, a school slang in the sense Friday on which an examination is held. The shopping sense dates from the 1960s and was originally used with reference to congestion created by shoppers. It was later explained as a day when retailers' accounts went from being in the red to in the black. I get it though. I mean, if people are after Thanksgiving want to go out and shop for Christmas, because now it's like, oh, what do you want for Christmas and blah 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 blah, because that's when people are going to find that information out when they go see their families. So then there you go.
And
But the way that retail is now turned it into this stupid freaking trend or whatever.
Yeah, and it's not even Black
event.
Friday anymore. It's Horror Thursday.
Pretty much.
It was always hilarious, like back when I worked at Walmart, and people would call in and be like, "What time of your 6 o'clock sale start?"
Oh, my head hurts more. I never heard that, but I would be like, "Are you a moron?"
Okay, I'll be
my
more
God.
fair. I didn't personally hear it, but like someone we worked with heard it and he told me about it. I was like,
Yeah, I think it was something about like, when do we get in line type situation. That's what they were really
Yeah.
asking. But it was just a stupid
It's
question.
just like, wait a minute.
Well,
what?
we're a 24-hour store. If you want to stay here from
yeah.
6 o'clock the day before and just stand there, you
My
can.
God, we had people like in the very beginning of the day, early morning, like early 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. People are just looking for stuff.
I only worked one Black Friday at Walmart, and they didn't even have me start until like 5 p.m. So I still had a Thanksgiving, but then by the time I got into work, it was just packed.
Oh my God! Yeah.
And like all the items were just scattered about the store because they had to set up the lines, and it just looked crazy.
It's really bad. I worked an overnight for Black Friday. I worked at least one morning for a Black Friday, and I worked a mid for one of them as well. And none of them were any good at all. I think the overnight one was the one that I had the most fun.
It's
Because
just
everybody was gone after it was done. It was quiet, and I just did my stuff.
Yeah, that was my story too. They kept me till 1 in the morning, but I just helped them like put all the shit away and then
Yeah,
sound.
to me that was
So
super
that was
nice.
relaxing actually.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. The one time I actually did like doing overnights was when I worked for Kohl's, because we used to do price changes to clearance things,
Mm-hmm.
especially like after like Christmas and stuff. That one was usually freaking huge.
Oh, I'm sure.
But that was always fun because I worked with a lot of gals and stuff, and we'd all be like super tired and super loopy, and so like, but there was like nobody in the store, and it was just me and everybody else, and it was a lot of fun. That's the one thing I do miss about that, but
Yeah.
and I also had started my job at Kohl's during Black Friday.
Oh god, that must
Oh,
have
That
been
was
yeah.
fun.
that was
Yeah, that's right.
freaking.
I became department manager 2 weeks before Black Friday. Trial by fire. Just, here you go, Brian. Have fun.
Yeah.
Fun. There you go.
What did management really do for you with that? Nothing. They actually like more or less scolded isn't the right word, but a little more colorful. But yeah, they were just.
It always seems to come down with management with our fucking problems.
I know. Well, they're easy to blame. I get that. It's not necessarily the problem, though, because people's habits directly go into they create the problems that
They
are
don't
there in
do the
first place.
chain of command anymore.
Well, it
No, they
always
don't.
starts up at the top, and it always slows down.
Yeah, even the managers are getting pressure from the higher ups.
Right.
And it all just keeps shitting down.
Well, my whole point is that it's all based on human habit.
Yeah.
It's not even that.
I mean,
It's-
if people are gonna,
What do you mean? What do you mean by human habits?
so if
Explain to me
people
that.
are suddenly interested in playing Pokemon Go, and they need to buy some batteries for their damn phones, like the portable batteries for their phones, well, what happens next? You get all the uppers saying, "Hey, we need more inventory of this," and blah 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 blah, and then now it gets dunked on everybody else. It just trickles down, and then once it makes it all the way store level and it's basic associate level, it starts to get ridiculous and complicated because maybe you don't have room for stuff. You got people asking you left and right, and you don't have any of that stuff.
Right, but they're
And
also
there's little control.
yeah, but I mean, you're also trying to keep relevant and keep the profits going, and that's
Right.
what.
Well,
business,
that's what they're.
Well, that's the business concept in
Yeah.
America. It's the bottom dollar. It's always the bottom dollar. It's never about
Yep.
the people. It's about the bottom dollar.
Pretty much.
That comes first, and that's where that's why I don't say it's not really people's habits. It's more of money. What's gonna make the most money? What are
Yeah.
people into?
Well.
What is gonna make them money?
That's how you capitalize
what-
and stuff.
That's what retail is about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a very
But what
good
people are into
practice.
can change at any time.
Exactly.
Right, so trying to stay relevant is...
Which is where the lack of control comes in.
Yeah.
There is no control.
No, because we're impulsive creatures and trying to do anything beyond that, just But anyway, back to my Black Friday story. So when I started at Kohl's on Black Friday, luckily I was a beggar, but holy God, like my mind was blown. Like there were so many people that came through, and I'm like, oh my God, like I literally stood there and I scanned. Like I scanned, well I didn't scan. I begged all day long.
Yeah.
Like I didn't stop. Like I didn't stop. I probably stopped for probably a break at one point, but that's about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was your very first Black Friday on the other side.
Yeah, that was fucking blew my mind.
When you're a shopper at Black Friday, it's one thing. When you're an associate or somebody working it, my God,
it's always unfortunate, like, for the people who have to work on Black Friday and miss out on Thanksgiving or something.
I know, that's the worst part to me.
They actually made the ice king stats.
You looking at it?
He's looking at D&D stuff. It's not important. It's not retail themed.
No, it's
but...
not.
Well, aside from Black Friday, anybody else got a story?
Not that I can think of. I mean, there was the first time at my first job working at a gas station, and went to cart somebody and they didn't have their ID, so they got like super upset with me because they couldn't buy cigarettes. So freaking, she just slams her hands down the counter. I forgot what she said, but I was like, had this like surprised look on my face, like, what the fuck? I have to ask for your ID. It's the law. I'm not gonna lose my fucking job because you can't buy a cigarette, or just because you can't buy cigarettes. Sorry.
I don't get that.
I don't know if this goes into retail, but that happened to me all the time when I worked at a hotel. Like, there would be people who would come in and try to do walk-in rooms, but their credit card would decline, and they just throw a fucking bitch fit about it.
Well, yeah.
Like,
it's like they're tired and they want to go to bed and they don't want to sleep
but
in
it's
their
like,
car or whatever.
In some sense, it seemed like a lot of them were trying to scam us.
Fair enough.
So it's like I had to have, like, good judgment.
Yeah.
Right.
Though I feel like another point of retail is, like, you know, you see all these, like, these people maybe in their 30s or their 40s, and they just act like children throwing temper tantrums when they don't get their way.
Some of the older, well, sometimes older than 40.
Yeah.
I've seen that too.
I did have...
Where it's like, it's my way or the highway, and whatever I say goes, and it's like, no, that's not how this works, honey, sorry.
Yeah, I did have someone when I worked at Walmart. I think it was like cashiering in lawn and garden because a manager pulled me there. I was like giving him his change. He's like, "You're supposed to count it first." I was like, "Oh, fine, fuck you." Like,
you should have just told him high five to the face.
I had a couple of those. They're like, "You're supposed to count it back to me when you give me my change." I'm like, "Okay," and then I do it. And
I counted it to myself to make sure it was the change.
Yeah,
but...
and then he's like, "That's how you do business." And I was like, "Okay."
Okay.
Fuck you.
Just fuck you.
I don't care. I mean, they don't know it, but I know that I know how to count, and I was almost never wrong when I was doing any change or anything. I was at most ever maybe $1 or $2 off in my drawer when I was cashiering. Ever. In the 2 years that I was a cashier, and then beyond that when I was working in electronics.
I was always lucky if I got zeros. If I zeroed out at the end of the night.
Yeah. How off were you all the time?
Well, usually it was like no more than like 10 cents, 20 cents.
Oh, well, that's nothing.
You know, sometimes they were a little bigger. And usually then I had to go back and count my drawer. So, or if I had to drive off, those were usually bad too, because that
were you
also
stealing money from the No.
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 No. I
Don't do that. No one's done that here.
No.
That's terrible.
Although there was this one time that like I broke $100 bill, but again, it was my first job, and luckily the guy that I was breaking the 100 for was like a friend of my sister's, but I ended up giving him like $400 or something in 20s, I think, or something, to break 100 with. I don't remember what was going on, but I remember doing it. And he came back and he's like, you gave me too much money. Like, my mom counted it, and that would just, yeah.
Oh, at
you
least
gave
he
me
was
what-
honest.
Yeah,
Right.
No kidding.
Like, well, the kid knew me and stuff. Like,
Okay.
we grew up together and whatnot. And
Yeah.
my mom, I knew his mom and all of that stuff. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I've counted 20s by accident. Like, caught myself, obviously, but I counted 20s as like 10s, basically. So if I was gonna give like $100 back in 20s, I would end up like handing them $200 or whatever, whatever it is. People are children sometimes.
Yeah.
I had a guy came in that when I was working in electronics. He wanted us to call or help him with his Sprint phone. We weren't doing Sprint at the time, and he's like, "Well, can't you at least just get him on the phone or something?" And we literally, at least there, we couldn't do anything about it because we weren't Sprint oriented in literally any way.
Yeah, so
So-
you really had no reason to call.
Yeah,
him.
we can't
Call
really.
them
I mean,
and be like, hey.
it was like you could borrow our phone, but we can't really do anything for you with that because it's just against the policy at the time because we weren't carrying Sprint.
Right.
And he's
they
like,
wouldn't do anything with.
yeah, and he's like, what are you, retarded? I was just like,
Well, you don't have to help him anymore.
no,
then.
I didn't. I said that's inappropriate. He's like, I don't speak inappropriate. He's like, yeah, you do. So he said, no, I don't. I was like, I'm not helping you, and then I walked away. And then he stormed off, obviously, but I'm not gonna help you if you're not gonna respect me.
Right,
Yeah.
if you're going to be rude.
I mean,
like
I
that.
get that you're upset that the policy says one thing and you want another thing. I mean, I've been upset over that too, but
Right.
it's.
But it's policy.
I
It's
can't-
not something you can help.
I mean, let's say it's job threatening. I'm not gonna do that just for you.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm not going to risk my job.
Yeah. So, fuck you.
Right, just like with this.
I had somebody bring back a phone completely shattered. And
The number of times.
I told her, I'm like, I can. And luckily, I caught it because Tim didn't even check the phone.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, throwing Tim under the bus.
Because she didn't have the receipt, so she went up front, and I
Okay.
saw it. I'm like, dude, you should have even sent her up front. So
Oh, yeah.
as soon as she came back, I took over, and he knew about it, and I told her, I'm like, we can't accept this. She's like, why not? I'm like, the screen is shattered. That's why I'm returning it. I'm like,
But you shattered
but
it.
you broke it. We didn't break it.
Right.
Well, you can't really tell people that they broke it, but that's basically the gist of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you break it, you can't just go and return
No,
it.
you can't.
I mean,
Even it states in like the warranty information for literally almost every piece of electronic or otherwise, it says misuse voids your warranty. It would be the exact same if you wanted to return something.
right. I mean, there are some that have loopholes, and maybe you can get around it if
Right.
you read the warranty and know exactly what's going on.
But
Sometimes
generally
you
speaking-
can, but generally, no.
No.
It's never a good idea.
You can't.
So you asking for a manager at customer service when you can't return your broken screen phone because you broke it never works.
You break it, you
It
buy
never
it.
works, people. It never works. Oh, speaking of returned items, okay, so there was this one time that I was working at Kohl's, and one of the gals up in customer service was telling me a story about how a lady just brought in a pair of shoes that were clearly worn. Like, they had
Oh,
grass
yeah.
stains and they
Oh,
were
yeah.
dirty and everything, and she switched them out.
I've seen a fair
For-
bear.
Right?
Bit of that.
I'm like, that's so disgusting.
Isn't it?
Why would you do that?
Well, people would come like even I never worked in shoes at all, but even just walking like to the break room or something, I would find this box that's just like half opened, and
Oh.
old shoes are in them, and the new ones are completely
Oh,
missing.
I know. Like, it happened at Kohl's all the time. I know
Yeah.
I'm saying Kohl's a lot, but you know.
Well, between Kohl's and gas stations.
Yeah,
and
if it's
a
your
little
retail
bit of
experience,
Walmart.
that's what's
I
gonna
mean-
come up.
Yep.
In Walmart.
A little bit
And
of
Spirit. I used to
Like,
work-
I'm probably gonna bring up Walmart and Menards a lot.
Well, the only
Yeah.
retail I really worked at was Walmart.
Yep.
I
You were
worked
there
in
for-
factories before. I worked at Walmart doing temp jobs. Funny thing is, the day before Walmart called me to tell me, oh yeah, you have the job, I literally got my license at the day before. I'm like, hey, everything worked out. I could drive myself to work because I live in the next town over.
You can drive, and now you've got a job. Congratulations.
8 years later, I'm like, oh, I hate this place so much.
Yeah, I think I have like 6 years of retail experience because I got my first job when I was 18.
Oh, so did I.
And up until almost 2 years ago, that's when I finally was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, my last job, I worked at a gas station in our hometown and doing overnights and 10-hour days. I'm like, I had no life. That year sucked. It was one of the best and worst years of my life.
As far as like your retail goes, it seemed like you were genuinely a lot happier there compared to quite a bit of the other ones.
Well, yeah, because I had friends there that were just like, you know what, we know the job sucks, and so it made things a lot.
You guys were always on the same level,
right? We were all on the same level. It's like the job sucks, and that's just the way it is.
Yep.
You know, even though there were a lot of fucked up things that happened on overnights, man.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, retail kind of went like that for me too. Like when I worked at Walmart, I made a lot of friends there, most of which I still talk to this day. Obviously, you guys.
Yeah.
But then, like, I feel like Menards technically went better for me, but it was just more boring, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, you go to a place like Walmart, it's obviously going to be busy pretty much 24/7. The whole time that store is open, there's at least 20, 30 people in there shopping at any hour.
Yeah.
And then plus, obviously, during the day. And then you go to places like Menards or Kohl's or Target or whatever it is. Those places are generally not as busy because there's, I don't know.
Well, Kohl's, it depends on
Your
what
demand
day.
is a lot lower.
Kohl's, it depends on what day of the week it is.
What's usually the busiest day of the week?
Season of the year.
It was usually Saturdays and Sundays.
Oh, that makes
Weekends
sense.
were the most busy. Holidays were like the busiest time, besides Black Friday.
Although it's scaled if you think about it.
Yeah, more or less.
Because your number of associates and the size of the store is smaller, but it's scaled relative to that, like what Walmart would be.
Well, right. Well, and usually they put more people on the weekends and stuff, so weekends were basically required at Kohl's. Like, you didn't have a choice. If you're lucky to get a weekend off, good for you. But you know, otherwise, the rest of us were there in the fitting rooms trying to clean them out and make sure that they're clean, and that was always a nightmare. But again, we always made it through it, and you know, we all knew it was ass, and we just got through it.
You like Spirit?
I did. I loved working for Spirit, like, because I was not only was I an assistant manager for like 2 weeks, but I also basically helped put that store together from the ground up, and I was there till the very end. Yeah. And there was just a lot of pride in that, and I don't know. It was a really, really cool experience, and if you ever get to work for Spirit, do it. They usually start hiring about late July.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, late July for
August.
Late July for the store setup, but then like they keep hiring people all the way through up until like Halloween, and then after that they start taking everything down. And because I think I worked there from about late July to about first or second week of November, or something like that. So, but yeah, I loved organizing all that stuff and doing all that heavy lifting, putting up those giant shelves with pegboard. Because I mean, it's basically like a mobile store. Spirit Halloween is like a small branch off of Spencer's.
Spencer's, yep.
That basically comes out around Halloween time.
Yep.
It's where they sell all their costumes.
I gotta say, they're genius for doing that.
I know. know. I'm like,
Yeah, that place is so awesome.
Yeah, they really know how to do that. If they did that with Christmas stuff, my God.
well, I mean, all those weapons behind you, I bought at Spirit when I worked there.
Oh, no shit.
Except for the middle upper one. I think I bought that one at Walmart. Yeah, but the rest of them, well, the two on the side,
Afghanistan.
the two on the sides I bought. The one on the bottom, the samurai sword,
The one that keeps falling.
that one's kind of funny because
Keeps falling.
don't tell anybody, but my district manager let me have it because otherwise they were gonna throw it out because it's damaged.
Yeah.
How is it damaged?
If you look on the handle, the foam,
Yeah, it's kind of
the
straight.
paint's coming off and stuff. So they were gonna throw it out, and I'm like, can I have that? And she's like, yeah, but don't tell anybody that, just say that you bought it. I'm like, okay.
And now you just reveal it on.
Yeah, exactly. Don't tell anyone, but I'm gonna tell the whole fucking internet right
I'm
now.
gonna tell the whole internet. It's fine, right? Well, I mean, I don't work there anymore.
Well, yeah,
I don't
it's
plan on working
long
there.
irrelevant now.
So
The cops come knocking on my door, don't ask me.
I'll just give them the sword. Be like, here, have your foam sword, and
The deed is done.
Weapon!
You're going to jail.
You'll take this weapon and commit honorable seppuku.
Wow.
You try to, it just bends.
shit.
How am I supposed to do this now?
I have to use more force.
Must use more force.
Maybe if I hit myself in head with handle, it will kill me.
Oh,
Oh, my God.
but yeah. So can't really think of any other ones. I mean, I didn't really have anything.
I had a bunch of
I didn't
stuff
really have
written
anything
down,
most-
and now I don't know what happened to any of it. I had like little notes that I was writing in my current work about like certain topics and things to go over, and now I don't really remember a whole lot about them. I think it was more of like the core of retail, like
Well, we went over.
That's
the
kind of what I'm
core-
attempting to dive into. with
yeah,
this.
like what is retail? How does it work? Like
maybe for someone who doesn't know, because I'm sure there'd be people watching
Oh, yeah.
this who are still young or just avoid.
Watching.
Man, we're lucky enough to avoid retail work.
Right. Because, I mean, I've met those people that have never been in retail, and you
Yeah,
can tell
it's-
because they're impatient, and
Yeah,
a lot of times they're rude because they just
retail is
they
honestly.
don't know how to deal with people.
Yeah, retail has honestly changed my perspective on that. Like, I've always been kind of a patient, understanding person to begin with, but especially since I started working in retail, if I ever go into, like, a store now and there's some random thing fucking up, like, oh, it's taking a while to process your order or whatever, like, dude, it's okay, I understand.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Like-
It's like, because you get it, because you've been there before.
Yeah.
You're- because equipment is never good.
Yeah.
Never good. There's always some sort of fuck up with it. You
Yeah.
know? Like, I know at Holiday we had a fax machine, and I fucking hated that when people would come in because one, it's a gas station.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Have you ever tried to fax something? It takes for fucking ever, especially when you have to type in the numbers, and the numbers are like 20 numbers long, and it's like, dude, I have a whole fucking line of people. I can't be sitting here trying to fax your shit and then
Yeah.
wait on, other people because, at the gas station they want now. They want to get their shit and get out and go
Yeah.
to wherever they're going.
It's a convenience store after
Right,
all.
exactly. 24 hours, man.
Well,
the
that was the whole
crackheads.
original idea with it. Freaking
Although the crackheads are the worst. At Holiday, the crackheads were honestly
Oh, I'm sure
the
at a holiday
worst.
especially, they're probably terrible.
Oh my god. Like, they're worse than those old people that are like, oh, you're taking for it. No, the crackheads are way, way fucking worse because they want their money and they want to go. And all the while they're talking to you and you can't make out a single freaking word they're trying to say because they're talking so fast. And you're like, can you please speak English? I think you're speaking English, but I'm not sure if you're speaking English.
And then they think that you're insulting them by saying that.
Right, because some weird thing got cracked out in their head, and they're like, yeah.
Yeah, it. Like I said, I had a bunch of notes and so prepared.
Yeah.
It's okay though.
We'll just fumble about. You can always fix it in editing.
Exactly. Yeah, no.
We always fumble through. It's fine. It always works out. One way or the other.
That's how I've made it through my life so far.
This
Right.
definitely isn't the only podcast episode that we'll do on retail. We're definitely going to have probably a bit more.
Yeah,
because
I'd
we
be
have
down.
more people that have more stories to share.
Yeah.
Right, that have spoken up and be like, hey, I want to be on it. And then we had like 16 people, and we're like, that's a lot of people to try to be talking at once.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So
even
I was like, nope.
4 is kind of the limit.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
if this
well,
works
I
out
don't
pretty
know.
damn good.
I mean,
my
well,
opinion.
yeah, but we're all like patient people, and we don't try to talk over one another.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you should do anyways, man.
Yeah, I know.
Well, then the whole podcast is just everyone interrupting each other.
Yeah,
Nobody gets their point across.
Yeah.
Let's play the interrupting game.
Yeah.
I'm good at that.
Yeah, you are.
I am too. It comes with that kind of brain processing. I'm gonna go get some water.
You want to give me some water too?
Sure.
Same here.
I'm super thirsty.
Do you want water, Kyle?
Might as well. My bottle's almost empty.
It's okay. They'll give me a moment to figure out.
You know, it's
What?
Next
They'll
topic.
give you a moment to figure out the finer points of what the hell I was trying to go about.
Okay. Yeah, to organize and prepare. Well, you said you had notes. What happened to them?
They're just on little like sticky notes.
Oh, you just like wrote it down? I
Yeah,
thought you had it on
little
your computer.
pieces of paper. Well, see, that would have been the smart
God
way,
damn it, Thomas.
Actually putting it like in my phone or something while I'd think up these things throughout the day, but no.
Well, I guess to kind of get back on topic, for anyone who has never worked in retail before, like, it's probably a good thing to at least try out. Like, I gained a lot of skills and knowledge from working in retail, and I felt like I was making a difference in, like, the bigger picture. Sometimes. Not all the time, but...
sometimes.
yeah. I guess it kind of depends on the manager and the task, but...
And at least then when you go back and go shopping there and you see that they're struggling, you know, you don't go off on them. You just like, I've been there.
Yeah.
You have more respect for the individual kind of thing.
Sometimes you see what's kind of changed throughout the store. Like, it's honestly kind of an insightful experience walking back in.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I always tell people that they should have at least 1 year's experience in retail
Yeah.
at any point in your life, preferably early on.
Because it does teach you people skills.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely. It absolutely teaches you people skills. And then
Because I used to be stupidly quiet, stupidly shy. I still am and still do sometimes, but you know, if I need to talk to somebody about something and they're like a complete stranger, I can go up to them and say, hey, how's it going? And, you know, like, it, what am I trying to say? It's true.
Well, I don't know if this is what you're trying to say, but I guess I'll add my point to it. I don't know if I'm as good at it as you. Like, if I need someone from something, maybe someone higher up from me, I guess I don't do it casually. I'm just, like, straight to the point, like, hey, I need this, not like,
Right.
hey, let's fuck around about it. Like,
Well, I mean, I've had managers where I could do that too, but
Yeah.
I also have the type where it's like you have to be to the point.
yeah, it really
you
does
know?
depend on my chemistry
Like-
with the person.
Right, because it's also about people chemistry too. If you get along with them or not, you know, sometimes you can joke around, sometimes you can't. You know?
Maybe the stereotype that the audience has heard about retail is true. There is a lot of favoritism that goes into it.
there is, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's something you can't really avoid.
Well, that's just a people element though.
Yeah,
because-
human nature.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because there was also like way back when I was doing like a bunch of interviews and stuff. I read this article that said that, you know, managers are more likely to choose the people that they get along with, or they think they're going to get along with, and keep
Oh, yeah.
them close,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
as opposed to somebody that they don't. Which makes sense, because if you don't get along with that person, and you don't think you're going to get along with that person, why would you hire them? They're not going to help you.
That's usually
Yeah.
why I
You
try
know?
to make friends with
They're just going to be a pain in the ass to work with. It's going to feel awkward.
Right.
Yeah, it's usually why I try to make friends with the people above me, because it just makes a better experience for both of us.
Right. Just makes it better all the way around. You know. But some people can't get along with other people. And that's a thing too. So
Yeah, absolutely.
retail does help you to become more tolerant of people, and
Oh yeah.
does help you deal with the people.
I don't know if it's helped me become more tolerant to people. I still kind of see.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I've known
Sometimes
plenty-
I want to strangle some people. But yeah.
Sounds about right.
but I guess it.
Surprised that you haven't smothered him with a pillow at night some days.
Yeah, you know, I mean, there are those days.
Yeah.
But it's just like with life and marriage and anything else, you just roll with it.
And if he ends up dead, you're going to be the first suspect anyway.
Right, so I mean, that's why I made sure I took out a good life insurance policy on it.
You'll be the second because you're the roommate.
Yeah. Where were you at this time? I'm like, I was sleeping. I know
Whose
nothing.
name does the house go into after you die?
Yes, let's get this on tape real quick.
It would be me.
I guess
because
technically
it's
it
legal.
would.
The legal aspect of it
Made
would
it
be-
legal.
Yeah. You're on the house, not the loan.
Yeah. My name is on the house, not on the loan. I don't have to pay for the house, but
Yeah. Okay, that's how it works.
Yeah.
I die, you just get it. You don't
And
have
the
to.
loan disappears. That's how it
right?
works.
That's how it works. It's just like, woof.
So me and Deidre get like an eviction notice.
Yep,
House goes back up for auction.
pretty much.
No, they're gonna straight up
What?
tell you.
I
you
thought
either
the lease
buy it
was-
or sell it.
I thought the lease was done. That's what my husband told me.
Yeah, before I murdered him. I mean, what? I didn't say that.
Although the good thing for you is that because you're not on the loan, the only thing that I'm pretty sure that's how it works. The only thing that they're gonna do is either say you either have to buy it if you want to live here, or you have to go somewhere else.
Yeah,
Well, I don't-
probably.
I just-
I don't know.
Unless debts and assets are just divided.
I don't know how that works legally, and I don't think that really has
I'm not
anything-
far enough in my life yet to know.
That's not Tessa's theory either.
Yeah, that not of yeah.
Yeah, that just sounds like an expensive fuck fest that no
so
one wants
just
a part
don't
of.
die, babe. Just don't die.
No
Because if
promises.
I
Wow, a lot of
'cause
people are
if you
depending
die-
on you, Thomas.
if you die, everything goes to shit.
You know, I thought I was done being the go-to when I was out of Walmart, and I'm still like
Nope.
The
the
go-to.
go-to.
Yeah. Especially
For a lot
at
of
work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was the go-to for a long time until like my last job. I don't know, something weird happened with my manager and he stopped going to me. So I don't know what happened there, and I became
That's
the.
weird.
He was a weird guy. He still is a weird guy. Like, I don't know, when that place changed companies, something weird happened with a lot of the people there, and I don't know what it was, but yeah, I'm glad I don't work there anymore.
Yeah.
Our supervisor just stops coming to work.
Yeah, that happens too.
And then Thomas took over.
Yeah.
Yep. She just was like, nope. Well,
Well, I mean, that kind of
I
happened.
kind of know why, but I'm not gonna go into it.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what happened to me too before, with my last job, before it switched companies. Is the only other gal that I worked with just handed my manager the keys and said, "See you later." So I was kind of like became the senior and only employee for like
Yeah.
fucking 2 months.
Well, there's a point. I mean, the point about retail is breaking points. I mean, people leave just because of the sheer stupidity of a lot of the stuff that happens.
Right. But I mean, well, and that's why a lot of times those places are revolving doors.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, but that's kind of like a thing job, because the one that I'm at right now doesn't have anything. Well, we make products to sell, but we don't really make products to. Well,
Yeah.
people put in orders, and we make the products and then ship them to them. So we're not really selling them in a.
They eventually sell them or use them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess I don't
Yeah, a couple
know.
of the stuff that-
Nobody's told me the logistics of it. I just make cables. Okay, I make the cables.
I just work here, man.
I just put the things in the housing, and then a lot of times I fuck it up, and then go, "Hey, can you fix this for me, please?" I put it in the wrong home.
Wow.
That's what you said.
Sounds like a personal problem.
No.
What person would be your problem? I mean,
Do you think managers feel pressure when like they need to fire someone and then
Oh
that
my God.
employee
Yes.
becomes like a customer and just snaps?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I know that they would be
What?
standing there and just sweat trickling down their face
Yeah.
in situations like that.
what do you mean?
Well, managers' jobs, if it is in your title or whatever, is to also, other than hire people, is to fire people, right?
Yeah.
So if you have to fire somebody right there, just that by itself
Yeah.
is hard enough. Even if you hate the person that you're firing,
Right.
it's not a good situation. But then it's kind of salt to the wound when you see them come into the store later.
Yeah.
Oh
but,
yeah.
But you
It's
know
like,
what?
I just fired you. Go away, please.
That's why a lot of times there's a lot of favoritism, because
Yeah.
they don't want to fire them, so they just make their job a living hell. I've
Yeah.
worked for-
Hoping that they'll quit and
I-
then they can't collect unemployment.
Right. I've worked for a lot of places that have tried to do that, and it gets so ugly.
Yeah. Well,
It
they're
gets so ugly, especially with the last job was the last job that I was at was a very good example. There was so much backstabbing there and whatnot,
Mhm.
because there was one gal that just would not do her job, but they would not fire her. So they just kind of just kept picking at her and picking at her and picking at her, and she never quit. She didn't quit until after I left.
Yeah.
Because I had enough. I was like, I'm done with this. This is just, no, I can't do this anymore. You know.
Well, it's kind of policy for nearly every place ever is to basically say, don't fire people because they're bad at their job. Teach them better,
Right.
and that's it.
Well,
And if
yeah, a
you-
lot of places have to wait until they have a valid excuse to fire or let
Yeah.
go someone.
It's. I mean, even if somebody's just not getting it and they just can't do the job at all, it's the place is typically not going to just fire you for that.
Right.
They're going to put in every single penny that they can to try to teach you
Depending.
until they just can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually, the place I'm at now is a little different though.
Yeah,
because
unless you
can't
have a
do the job,
manager
can't do
that
the job, so.
doesn't know how to teach you to do the job, and he's supposed to also be the one training you.
Yeah.
My last job. Like mine.
My current job. A little bit of that.
Yeah. Well, I actually had a good trainer at Holiday. Guy's been there for like 20 plus years and been on the overnights and saltiest man in the friggin' world, and goddamn he's weird, but you know, he does his job and he does it good. He's like 40, I think, or something, and can run circles around any of the young ones. What are you
giggling
doing?
at?
over there?
I'm just reading like funny news and shit, and an extremely poor thief steals laptops and writes a apologetic email to the owner.
This sounds like some Onion shit.
No, he emails the ex-owner of the laptop. Hello, I'm very, very sorry for taking your laptop. I am extremely poor and needed the money. I left your phone and wallet, so I hope that's slightly mixed up or something. I can see you're a university student. If there's any files such as university work you on here that you need, let me know and I will send them to you.
God, that's like saying, I just showed up and killed your fucking dad, but I left your mom and your sister alive. I hope that works.
I hope that evens out the karma, man.
Yeah.
I hope it does.
If you want, I can send the cart back because I stole that.
I guess it went viral on Twitter not too long ago.
That's awesome.
Wow, people are stupid.
And like some of the the tweets back, like if he's really sorry, he'll write the next essay.
Oh.
And they say there's no honor amongst thieves.
I'm reading.
Theft is a big problem.
yeah.
Can't really do much about it.
Policy says you really can't.
No,
You
you,
just-
can.
That's why they have the people
Yes.
who pretend to be shoppers.
Yeah.
I forgot what they're called now.
Asset protection.
Yeah, that one.
Or AP for short.
Unless you're at a gas station, then you fucking run after that bastard and you tackle his ass.
I hope that's not what that policy says to do.
That holiday, that was our freaking policy. You go
Really?
find that fuck. Yeah, that like one of my set.
That's dangerous.
One of my.
I
Reason
imagine
why they
Brandon
don't
was
do that.
probably
I
good at that
shit you
shit.
not. I
football
shit you
player.
not. One of the assistant managers caught a kid stealing cigarettes, right?
Yeah.
She ran around the corner after that fucker. He took off. Fucking, she ran out the
Oh my
door
God.
like she was almost gonna tackle him. She was
Just
gonna
so
catch his ass.
Just so the cigarette's back at her. Get away from me!
Right? Although, in my defense, she's kind of crazy, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that they would even like allow that. Like places like Walmart would fire you so
See,
fast for doing
here's the
something
thing,
like that.
though.
Going after
With
somebody.
with gas stations, they want their money. That's the first enforcement. First.
So safety isn't their first.
Well, they want you to be safe.
By
obviously.
running after somebody
Yeah, but
who
she's
could
kind
potentially
of,
hurt you.
Yeah, but she's a fucking scary bitch. Man.
Yeah, but I'm
She's
not talking about
she's scary, man.
I'm not
I'd
talking
be
about an
scared of her.
individual person though. I'm talking about.
Like, you don't know if they have a
Anybody.
knife on them or something.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, she might be able to handle herself fine.
Right.
But the other lady, no. The other little girl that's like 18 years old and just got
she
this
probably
job. No.
wouldn't. I mean, you know, that. Yeah, I'm not really sure what that policy was, but I mean,
Well, to her, it's to run
I'm
after
gonna
these
go
fuckers.
and catch this fucker because he's taking money away from the store because the store is my life. Yeah,
my
that type
God.
of thing.
I mean, I get it's your job, but and that's like a very large chunk of your life. But Jesus,
Yeah, well, I mean,
don't.
she lives at home by herself with her dog. Like,
She should bring her dog to work.
I wish she would, because then she wouldn't leave like during the middle of her shift and like
Oh.
go let the dog out.
What the hell?
She's done that before.
That was a thing.
Yeah, a lot of things that gone
I mean,
on.
I left in the middle of my shift for some stuff like, well, not like that, but
But I mean, she lives like 2 blocks from the gas station, so I can see it, but I can't see it because it's you know, you're supposed to be on premises at all times. and
yeah, you
that
are.
type of thing.
It's like you're on the clock for a reason.
Hmm.
I mean, I get it. You
Yeah.
literally be off the clock at any time because they're not going to hold you there. Jesus.
Yeah. So I got some crazy stories. I need to be reminded of them, and then they pop up. But you know,
That's kind of how I operate in general.
right. Although I'm reading this one, and that made me think of another one from Coles, and it says. The story says, I used to work at Forever 21. Well, I loved my coworkers with all my heart. Our customers were hell on earth. I started my shift in the dressing
Is
room,
that the truth?
only to find some girl changed out her tampon and left everything, blood-soaked tampon and all, on the floor of the dressing room. This reminds me of a time when I was working at Kohl's.
Well, I got
Yeah,
a story
those two,
too,
didn't
but I'll
you?
wait till you're
It wasn't a
done.
tampon, but somebody thought that they were in the bathroom and they peed in the men's dressing room.
Someone thought they were in the bathroom.
Yeah, or something. I don't know. But, like, one of my coworkers came out and was like, there's pee in the men's fitting room. I'm like,
There's probably a kid.
What?
I could see a kid doing that.
well, right, I could see it
Either
too.
that or some
Or
drunk
like
dude.
Or like they didn't know where they were, or
There's
something like
shit
that.
everywhere!
Just everywhere. I mean, well, I've seen that too. I've had to clean bathrooms before where there was shit fucking everywhere.
Ugh.
I mean, I get
The
that.
men's bathroom at Holiday. Oh my god.
I get that men's
That-
bathrooms are
that
horrible, but
toilet-
it shouldn't be that far. Jeez.
That toilet needs to be replaced in the men's bathroom. Like that at Holiday. That toilet needs to fucking be replaced.
Oh my God.
There have been so many drugs, so much poop, just anything and everything has been like tried to flush down that toilet. Like,
So disgusting.
I'm serious though.
Okay, when I used to work at Walmart, I remember hearing that someone actually jacked off in one of the fitting rooms.
Oh.
And like the manager I hated had to go clean it up.
They bring out the hazmat gear for it.
Yeah, he literally had like fucking hazard shit on.
Oh yeah.
I had to walk over there.
Oh yeah, because you don't know. I mean,
Pretty much a requirement.
ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I mean, it's one thing if it's like in the bathroom. It's another thing if it's in a place that is not the bathroom.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a nice big mirror, so they can watch themselves.
That's probably what it is.
Well, and
Oh, look how good I'm doing this.
I
I
just
got a
have
nice stroke right
Oh,
here.
God.
I just have this image of a guy stroking it with like their ladies' underwear over his
Oh my.
ding dong.
Yeah, that's probably what he got off to.
That's what I have in my head right now, and I'm like, oh my God.
And you know he's not gonna put it in the to be returned bin or whatever.
You
it
hope
is.
not. Although we've had that happen too at Kohl's, that somebody returned a pair of underwear that they had
Shannon.
well, not chatting, but were obviously used because they smelled funny.
Oh. I don't know why I'm eating.
You're the one who decided to eat when we're talking about gross shit that happened in
Right?
retail.
Talking about shit and tampons and shit.
Oh, and do you guys remember when the lady like shat and it was all throughout electronics?
God,
I think
yeah.
Cody had to
remember-
clean that up.
I remember Cody telling me about
Yeah.
that. I'm like, oh my God.
I want to say
couldn't
she
believe
walked
it.
like.
She went a long ways. I think it went back to the photo lab.
Well, yeah, because that's where the bathrooms were. But I think
Yeah.
it was. I think she, for some reason, I have in my head that she came from pharmacy, which is at the front of the store.
Oh my God.
And she walked all the way back. Something like that. Either
I
that or
don't-
it was like housewares.
I think it was housewares,
It was just halfway
Yeah.
down the store.
which was halfway. I know it wasn't all the way from front to back. It was just like halfway.
It's so gross. It was
Oh.
just Blob's little trail.
I just, oh God.
Ugh.
I can't even imagine. Like, my last job I worked in a nursing home, and man, I saw some really bad shit, but damn.
Quite literally.
Literally. Literally. But, yeah, seeing that in a store, that would be a new one.
I have a story for you guys. Shortly after you guys left, this was when Thomas was already gone from Walmart. Somebody had explosive diarrhea
Oh God.
in one of those rolling carts.
What?
Yeah, it was just all over the seat.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's you walked into. 'Cause they brought it to the front of the store, so when you walk in, you just smelled shit.
Oh.
God damn
And that's what it sounded like coming out of his ass.
Goddamn sword won't stay. Fine, I'll just hold on to it.
Rested on your lap like you're a fucking wise elder sitting on a fucking mountaintop.
Be one with nature. Oh fuck! Oh no!
Oh, no. Did you drop your taco? He dropped his taco.
Sounds really wrong.
Yeah, it does.
I dropped my taco. Oh, my nose itches! Stop, please. I can't even right now.
Everybody stare at Thomas.
My eyes are watering. My nose itches. Everything's falling down. I'm a mess.
Everything's in shambles.
There's lettuce and meat everywhere.
Dude, yeah, it's.
It's okay, you're my hot mess, so.
Ooh, I don't know how to interpret that honestly.
Yeah.
My hot taco-y mess.
I wish my nose would just stop itching. It's the worst part.
Oh,
Well,
here's one
guess I'm
that...
not eating that taco now.
Let's see here. Oh, I found a Walmart one. My first job was running a register at Walmart when I was in high school. I screwed up a coupon, but was super apologetic. She screamed at me for a solid 5 minutes before stalking off to customer service. Then she loaded up her car, drove home, and then came back to yell at me some more at the end of my shift. What the fuck?
Can you really have a grudge over
What?
this? Hell?
I did have a lady yell at me and get the manager because I was closing up the photo lab while she was trying to print out photos, and it was of someone who just passed away.
Oh.
So yeah,
Oh.
and I guess where I fucked up is because this was back when I tried to close the photo lab like 10 minutes early just to get everything set up, so she still would have had time.
Sure. Yep.
But
I get it. And then the whole rule is like, it's not, photo lab isn't closed until the actual time, so you shouldn't have even shut it down until that time.
But I mean, I also had a lot of moments where like I would wait till then, but huge ass photo orders would come in, so then I would be stuck there till 11 p.m. trying to finish photo orders, and that fucking blew.
Because there's not really an easy way to make the machine stop.
Yeah,
like you can shut it down, sure, but if it's in the middle of an order, it's a pain in the
because I tried to stop it before in the middle of orders, and it just fucked everything up and took even longer. So I stopped fighting it at that point. Yeah.
That whole photo lab is just.
I was the photo lab
just
guru, though.
Yeah, you
when
were.
I worked there. Everyone came to me, even the managers.
Pretty much. And then when you were gone, it was more of like, hey, Thomas, fucking fix it.
Yeah, and our Walmart handled it. Our Walmart handled it weirdly too. Like when I first started working there, they had photo and pets in the same department, and then electronics was kind of its own thing. Then when the new year started, they merged photo lab with electronics, how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But I think I actually preferred it when it was just photo with pets, because I never had time to be bored at work. I always had something to do.
Oh yeah, pets by itself. That entire department is just a trash hole most of the time. Because there's just stuff.
And I still worked there back when they had the tiny ass aisles. They widened them out now.
Yeah. People were complaining that they couldn't get their carts by each other.
Yeah.
Which the store that is in our current town, their aisles are like super tiny. They're like a cart wide. Oh, it's so bad. And then you got these damn pillars holding the damn ceiling up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
In the middle of the
just
aisle.
Just getting in the way even more.
You can't have them like actually in the shelf in the gondola because they're not designed that way.
Yeah.
So they're in the middle of the aisle, so you can't get your cart down the aisle.
I remember back when pets still had the fucking crabs and how many times they would escape from the cage. Right? You just see them walk down to housewares or whatever.
You're standing at the photo lab counter and the crab tank is probably a good like 20, 30 feet down or something, and you just see this little crab crawling along the floor.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
Oh, they got out again. All right.
I think do they still even sell the crabs at Walmart, or did they get rid of them for that reason?
No, they don't have the crabs anymore.
No?
Might be. Probably because they kept getting out.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I remember how fucking annoying that was to deal with. I think we eventually taped the doors shut.
Yeah.
Sneaky little fuckers.
Oh yeah, they can get into literally anything.
I know, like my dad had like 2 or 3 of them or something like that, and like all of them jumped out and died or something. I don't know what happened. He has a horrible luck with aquatic creatures, I swear. But that's a side
I don't know
note.
the fish that he has though. My god, those things are huge.
You're talking about the koi fish?
I think so, yeah.
I think all of them are dead now.
Are they?
Yeah.
We used to be like when he first got them, they were like an inch or 2, and then they grew to be like 6 to 12 inches, which is ridiculous. Like that's a happy meal for one person at least.
Well, and those Plecostomus, man, they're like
I know, and those
at
things
least
too.
2 feet long.
I know.
At least 2 feet, and it's like.
And he had like 3 or 4 of them or something, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, I think he still has a couple of them. So. Well, those things are. They're like
they're built like a tank.
Well, they're like sturgeons. They're bottom feeders.
Bill.
They're prehistoric fish, so they'll live forever.
I got tired of trying to catch those fuckers with the net. I just reach my hand in there and just grab the son bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
They're pretty cool feeling though.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that with Oscars.
Well,
I always got afraid feeding the fuckers.
Especially after one of the fins got stuck in the net.
Oh jeez.
And we couldn't get it out.
Oh, I had that happen quite a bit too. Especially with the really big ones.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to deal with the net with these guys because their fins are horrendous. So I just, every time people were like, you really did that? I'm like, yeah. The only thing I didn't do, put my hand in, was with the damn Oscars. Cause they bite me.
Yeah. Those Oscars are vicious, I'm telling you. That and the damn dragonfish. Oh,
Well,
my
are you
God.
really supposed to touch a fish with your hands though? I thought that's bad for them.
As long as you just rinse your hands to get the oils and stuff off, and then you can touch them.
Okay.
Yeah. So as long as you don't contaminate the water first and foremost, but
Well, you are if you're reaching right in there.
yeah, yeah. That's why anytime you go to like a aquatic zoo or something like that, they usually have little sinks that you just rinse your hands off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's also why they have showers at public pools. Same thing.
Right. Which
Because there's fish all over those pools.
They're an average of like 5 to 6 feet tall. Wow, it's amazing.
Wow.
Well, we went to the Duluth.
What the fuck was that?
It was a chair.
Chair.
Sorry, that's not how I heard it. Sorry,
Anyways,
go
we
ahead,
went
go
to the
ahead.
Duluth Aquarium and they had these giant ass sturgeons in there.
Oh my God,
You know,
yeah.
that's. We washed our hands and we got to stick our hands in there and touch them and stuff. And they'd come up and they'd just, you know.
Yeah.
They wouldn't nuzzle you, but they.
I wasn't supposed to, but I got to touch a ray. That was super cool. Which is weird because they had them in a tank next to sinks and stuff, but they had like 7 or 8 employees like standing around this entire like, pool basically, and then there's signs at every like foot that says "Don't put your hands in the water" or "Don't touch the fish" or whatever. Of course, I'm dumb and I didn't read it. I just rinsed my hands, dunked my hand in there.
Right.
Nobody said anything until I literally
Fuck you,
right
I'm
when
a
I
rabbit.
touched the ray. She was just like, "Don't put your hands in there." I was like, "Oh, oops."
Oops.
And then I looked around and I see all of these signs everywhere. I'm like,
Oh,
what
wait
the
a
fuck?
minute.
It was
wrong
like a
with me?"
reawakening.
I know.
I do like the otters at the Duluth Aquarium.
Oh, they're so cute.
yeah.
They're so cute.
That was adorable.
Yeah, they did a little show. Well, it wasn't. Was it feeding time? I think it was
It
feeding
was feeding
time.
yeah. So
Yeah.
they had so they make a little show out of it.
Yep.
Whenever you do feeding time, which is super cool.
Right. But anyways, back to retail.
What were we even talking about? I lost track of
We
it.
were
now.
talking
Crabs.
about.
Oh, that's right.
In the photo lab.
I actually
Crabs
made
in the
friends
photo.
with a customer through the crabs because it was like, oh wow, that sounded really bad now.
Do you need
Brian
some
started
shampoo?
giggling and then went with it.
I think you're gonna need a lot more than shampoo. God damn it.
I couldn't help it.
Just how you said it, though, you're just like, I made a friend with somebody through crabs, and he just didn't even
Through their
crack.
crabs.
You just
Just
didn't
through
even
crabs.
crack, and I'm like,
Oh god. You know when you get some bondage together and it's just
God.
get really close to someone.
Oh.
when you have the
Anyways.
same
Did you call him Mr. Krabs?
Can you feel it now, Mr. Krabs?
Yes, I can. He's just itching his crotch.
when you have the same kind of itch as somebody else.
Oh, you itch there too? Ah, small world.
Oh, gosh.
God, this is a train wreck.
Yeah. I'm gonna try not to drop my taco. This
Yeah,
Is it a good idea to eat your taco now while we're on this tangent?
that stuff doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could literally be cutting somebody's like stomach open or something like that.
And you're just
I think the
chowing
smell
down.
would probably bother me, but it like looking at it wouldn't do anything.
Anything with eyes makes me just cringe.
anything with eyes.
Okay, well, because when I was in 12th grade, we watched this video in one of my science classes where they show, like, how they work on eyes or whatever, and they're poking needles in, it's
Oh.
getting, like, blood. I had to put my head down for that. I was getting sick to my stomach.
Oh. Yeah, I remember, dissecting a cow eye in 4th grade, and I didn't dissect it. One of the adult, chaperones was dissecting it for me and showing me the different parts. I'm like, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
Why are you why am I here?
Like, I'm generally not squeamish about gore, but eyes get me.
Ugh. Just smells, I think.
Smells too. Body just inside smells weird.
Yeah, it's never the look, it's always the smell.
Yeah.
Like,
it's probably
again,
weird to say that even when I watched Two Girls, One Cup, the visuals didn't really bother me. But then I would imagine how it would smell and stuff, and then that was what got me about that.
I don't like watching people. I don't like watching people shit. Like,
I remember when Cody wanted to record your guys' reaction watching that.
I don't think that video's on YouTube anymore. I tried looking for it the other day.
Yeah, most of that stuff's gone now.
Yeah.
YouTube's basically kicked them up.
I'm a little uncomfortable watching the dogs take a shit, so I mean...
Do your business. I'm just gonna be over here now.
Like, I still do it to see, when they're done, but I don't, I don't overthink it.
Or the guy that broke the mason jar in his ass.
Oh, God.
Oh, I heard about that one, and just...
Yeah, I didn't watch that video with you guys either. I'm like, no, fuck you guys.
Well, then we recently watched Pain Olympics. I cringed hard at that, too.
I think I remember watching it.
That's the one where it's just them, mashing body parts, down to the fucking, genitals. Yeah, it's horrifying. And now that's a thing that's in my brain now.
Okay, at least we know where Kyle's at. The Pain Olympics.
Yeah, he's sitting at the table.
Yeah, just get me some fucking bleach. Maybe we can fix this.
Pour some bleach in my brain, so I
yeah.
But anyways, bonding over crabs.
Oh, yeah, so...
I know that this is supposed to be a retail podcast, but I love the fact that the tangents are just...
Yeah, they're great.
Eventually we go back, but
so
It gives more topics, so it's not entirely a bad thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was a group of teenagers that... They regularly came into the store, so I kind of got to know them, and they were always fascinated by, the fish and stuff. If they saw the crabs, escape, they always, caught him and showed them to me. It was oh, we can get them back in.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Bonded over crabs.
Right?
Now you can finally say
This is gonna be our thing now.
Yeah.
Kyle likes to bond over crabs, and so just be aware.
I don't think that's a central point to his life.
Well, no, it never is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just something you can
It's
bond.
just something that happened once.
It's something you can bond with him over. It's crabs.
What the hell are you
If you want to get, I'm sorry, I'm really freaking tired.
I have nothing to do with crabs in my life.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, then
Animals
obviously,
or otherwise.
well, then I guess you're not gonna bond with him over crabs.
No, I don't think I want to.
It's one thing we're just not gonna have in common here, Thomas.
Nope.
Right.
Sorry.
I'm just saying it's one of the things you can bond with him over with.
Are you saying that I have to get a tank of crabs?
Yeah.
Just a small one. Just like the one they had at Walmart.
Unless
And then they'll just escape and walk
Yeah.
all over your house.
Yep.
yeah, and
Won't
then
that
the
be
cat
fun?
will eat.
And then the cat will probably... No, I should play with him.
Pinch.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny.
Misha would just be scared of him. Nia would just bark at him.
Yeah.
Neil barks at everything.
I don't know.
Well,
Freaking annoying now.
yeah. Well, because he's scared, so he's like, ah! It's
And
basically
I let him lick my hand, and he was just laying on my lap after that.
right. Well, he's gotten a lot better now. He
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
stand there and bark at you for an hour anymore.
Yeah.
So he just barks a couple times, and then he's like, "Oh, my humans know this human. Okay, we're good."
Yeah.
There's a few dudes though that have come in lately where he gets the little thing going on. But
Well, I think the other reason I brought that story up was for another point. Have you guys ever like made friends with customers through retail? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Kind of like that.
Oh, God, yeah.
I think it happened a lot at Walmart because everyone just knows Walmart.
Well, yeah.
Like,
Or like especially in small town gas stations. Like when my first job was a gas station in my hometown, so it's like I got to know everybody.
yeah,
You know, because it's like a population of like 1,500 people. So I mean,
yeah,
it's like it was the only grocery store in town for a while. So I mean, everybody would go there.
yeah,
Everybody.
It's also how you make regulars too.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
people come in and they're looking for you because it's like you know what you're talking about type thing.
Well, yeah.
At least for me, it's like I can just at least figure it out, but I don't offhand know
Working in
what
electronics,
your problem is and how to fix it necessarily.
you have an old guy come in, you know how to hit Control Plus, and you're like a fucking god to them.
I know, right? It's just called basic problem solving. That is literally it. I'm not a god, and I don't know everything. I just know how to problem solve.
Yeah,
Jesus.
but some people lose that skill. Like, if you don't use it, you lose
That's
it.
how I learned how to use a computer.
I know.
This is literally how I learned how to use a computer. It was I clicked the wrong buttons.
Until you click the right button.
Exactly, because that's all that there was left was all the right buttons, and I knew what the
Why?
wrong buttons did.
Why do you think I was never allowed to mess with the electronics in the house?
But that's how you learn.
I know, but they were expensive. My parents couldn't afford to fix them, so you just stick to what you knew. That's why they were always pissed off when you tried to do something to the computer.
My dad would always just walk in and be like, "Why did you take that apart? I wanted to see how it works."
Yeah, my
I would
parents wouldn't
take
let me do
apart
that either.
almost every electronic thing that I had that I owned because I wanted to see how it worked. So I would just take it apart. I would take the screwdriver out, pull all the pieces out, forget how to put it back together, miraculously figure it out somehow.
Oh, I know. I tried to fix a VCR recently, and I feel like all I did was just fucked it up
I
even
know.
worse, and then just tried to jumble it all back in.
Right? But now you know.
Yeah.
Now you know how it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jeez. Well, we can wrap up here now.
Okay. Well, there's one more that I found that was
Yeah,
actually
go ahead.
pretty funny. It says I worked at Claire's when I was 18. Once I saw a little 14-year-old girl hide a pair of earrings into her ice cream cone. And when we
Whoa.
confronted her, she ate the ice cream so fast we could barely lift a hand to stop her. Hope the intestinal punctures were worth it.
What was?
Wait, what?
So what happened was that this gal worked at a Claire's.
Okay.
A 14-year-old comes in with ice cream. She hid a pair of earrings in the ice cream cone.
The girl did?
And
Yeah.
when they confronted her about it, she ate the ice cream. Like, before they could get the earrings away from her, she ate the ice cream, earrings and all.
Oh, God. Oh.
I'm like, okay. I'm gonna shit earrings later.
Some of the shit people do. Jesus.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I mean, before we go, I guess I do want to get into the inspirational side of it, because, you know,
Yeah.
maybe there's people who are working retail and they just fucking hate their lives right now, right?
oh, absolutely.
So, I
But
mean,
what do you know now that you didn't know before, as far as an experience goes? Now if you choose to like leave retail now after you just hate it and whatever, you go walk into that store. What is your first thought? What is your expectations? Now they're completely different than what they were before.
yeah. You know, maybe it's going to be temporary for you and you'll move on to better things. Or even if retail becomes a huge part of your life, you just kind of find the type of retail that works best for you. Like what
Yeah.
products you sell the best, you know, what kind of people you get along with most, like, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to decide if that lifestyle is good for you, because
Yeah.
you know you're gonna encounter bad situations, and that seems like always the major point about retail.
And I think
but-
that's going to happen in any job too. It's always going to
Oh,
come
yeah.
with complications.
Oh,
You
yeah.
wouldn't be growing as a person if you didn't get through challenges.
Yeah, I mean, leaving retail for me, it was like if it's either a job that involves a lot other people, like customers from outside, you know, I don't know these people, these are just complete strangers, and there's a lot of them. Or, you know, you leave retail to like a smaller place, and you either don't encounter people, strangers, or you do, but maybe it's just very little. And if it's a job that you don't encounter like any strangers, well, now you're the whole perspective is like, do you get along with your employee or your coworkers?
Your coworkers, yeah.
So, because that's where the main point of, you know, any drama is going to be, is with your coworkers.
Yeah, or it could be the source of your fun and, you know, your motivation to go there besides your paycheck.
Yeah, exactly. So my motivation.
Yeah.
So what did you learn then?
For working retail? Patience, for one.
People are fucking nuts.
Little bit of that. No, I think patience is probably the big one. That and how to talk to people. You know, people skills in general. That's what I took away from all that. That, and it still goes with patience, I suppose. But now every time I go to any sort of retail place or anywhere that is similar to that environment and there's a problem, I'm usually pretty relaxed about it. It's like, okay, I'm expecting to now stand here for probably a lot longer than I expected to, but does it bother me?
Look, if I have other shit going on that day, I'm probably not gonna waste my time trying to get through a retail
then
store.
you kind of have to judge that a little bit. Like, is this worth it? Do I just need to just drop this right now and go take care of what I need to take care of and do this later?
Right. As opposed to the people that, you know, stand there impatiently and go,
I need my phone right now, but there's a problem with the computer or something.
yeah,
But
and
I
I
want it
have
right
to be to
now.
my doctor's
Are you guys
appointment in
done
like
yet?
10 minutes.
How long is this gonna take? 3 hours later. You're still working on it?
I'm late for my doctor's appointment. You need to pay for my doctor's. So there.
How about not? How about you don't come in?
How about your insurance pays for your doctor?
Yeah.
Because that's supposed to be covered.
How about you don't go shopping on the day that you have this important thing?
Right.
Or at least don't do it beforehand. Do the important thing, then go shopping. Because then now your time is opened up.
Like those people that go shopping week before Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
Oh my god, I hated that. My first job,
Stupid.
like during the holidays, man, we'd always have those people that would come in like 10 minutes before the store closes, and they wanted to get like milk or their cigarettes or, you know, or their whole Thanksgiving dinner at the fucking grocery store.
Yep.
Or
And then they
at
wonder
at the gas station.
And
And,
then
it's
they
like,
and then they wonder
why?
why there's nothing left. There's no more milk, there's no more cranberries, there's no more turkeys or ham or whatever, and
Yeah.
you wonder why there isn't any left.
It's like,
Well,
where
do
Because
you
you
have
waited
any
till
in
the
the
last
back?
no.
The customers who think the back is just the fucking mystical wonderland.
Yeah, it's like fucking Santa Claus's bag of
Goodies.
pull out a fucking like big
Bag of
old
holding.
The bag holding. Yep.
yeah. Like, this bag is only 3 feet by 3 feet, but I'm gonna pull a kayak out of it for you.
Yeah.
Might need a team lift on that shit. We'll make it work.
Oh shit.
There's
Right.
only me here, though.
Like I said, this isn't the only retail podcast that we're probably gonna do. We'll probably
Yeah.
have some more because we have other people
Anything you want to plug?
experience.
I do actually want to shout out a YouTube channel that's similar to this.
What?
There's a channel called Fantavision, and he has a series called Tales from Retail, where they just talk about all the retail experiences they've had. They tell some really funny stories too.
Cool.
So if you want stuff more like this, I would highly recommend checking that channel out, subscribing.
Right. And
Cool.
be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Cool.
There was something else I wanted to plug. What was it? Oh, D&D podcast.
Oh yeah, D&D podcast.
We're gonna be putting. I'm gonna be starting up a D&D podcast soon. It'll be with me, Deidre, Tim, you know, from Mythical Knights, Brandon, and then Brittany is gonna be brand new to the whole new Mythical Knights family.
Yay!
So
Another female.
yeah, another female.
Yeah,
Yay.
more female representation.
Oh, thank God.
It's not going to be a sausage
Exactly.
fest
I was just about to
anymore.
fucking say that.
I'll run upstairs, grab the hot dogs, just dish them out.
But
Make it rain.
right now, I'm looking for names for the podcast.
Yes.
And I'm on Twitter. I'm at fullmetal_Zell. If you have any ideas, you can like shoot me a message there or something.
Or even the comments here too.
Or in the comments.
Do I have a Twitter?
No.
I think I do have a Twitter.
I know we have a Mythical
There's a
Knights
Mythical Knights Twitter.
Which
I have
we
my
should
own
be
Twitter,
plugging
but I
all the
never
time.
use it.
Right.
But we never do.
Just like with Facebook, we have a Facebook page, but we never post on it.
I
You did post the deep hungover voice.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh my god, I love that.
And I just posted what's your retail story on there, so you can also answer back on that too.
Or just comment on the video.
Yeah.
Comment on the
Either way.
video. That works too.
Whichever is easiest for you. But
Maybe we'll-
Typically, our Twitter is gonna be the source of whenever an event or something is coming up.
Yep.
Yep.
And I go on my
Because-
Twitter looking for ideas for our D&D podcast. Or just want to shoot the shit, or want like shout outs or talk like us to talk about a certain topic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you guys have.
So you can contact us at my Twitter is at @fullmetal_Zell. We have the Mythical Knights.
Mhm.
Any other Twitters we should plug?
No.
All right.
Cool.
I think I
Sorry.
have one, but I don't remember what it is.
Which means that you'll
Because
never
literally, the only reason why I go on to Twitter is for... Who do I follow? Exploding Unicorn. That's about the only one.
be-
Well, he has dad stories.
Oh sure.
He has the dad stories like, this is what I say to my 5-year-old daughter. Like, conversations with my 5-year-old and my 4-year-old, and... They're fucking funny as hell.
I loved going on Twitter when racism watchdog was a thing. It was just a Twitter account that would retweet like super racist like posts and would just be like woof woof woof.
Oh my god.
Oh,
All right.
anyways.
Yeah, on that note.
On that note,
Yeah.
woof woof woof.
Catch you guys later, I guess.
Bye.
Bye.
Jesus.
But Jesus.
What'd you call it before? It was a train wreck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun though.